Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the DNVR Rapids Podcast. We are presented, as always, by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app and use promo code DNVR when you sign up. Guys, welcome to the show. It is a Thursday. We are back at the Thursday at 5 time slot, just where we like to be. I'm your host, Mitchell Carroll, a.k.a. Merchel. I don't have another one because United and Barca drew. I was going to talk some shit to Yaya over here.
Dude, I was going to talk shit to you. I was like so ready for it.
But we drew 2-2. It was awesome, and that's all I got to say on that. Joining me is probably equally satisfied / underwhelmed.
I'm
Barca fan. It's super analyst Yaya.
I'm not sad. I'm upset.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to win at home.
Yeah, and I was like, you want to go up at least a goal.
Yeah,
it is what it is. It was a fun game.
It was a great game. To my right, the art director for All City Network, and
that's me.
Wolves super fan.
Wow, super fan. I got promoted.
It's Wolvestown Duane Brown.
Hi. It's good to see you all. Excited to talk today because we've got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, dude.
For those of you listening from your car, you're going to miss a lot of visuals. It's going to be a very visual show today, so we'll try to call out and describe what we're talking about.
This is our most graphic-heavy episode since last year's preview.
I think so, where we talked about Max and all that. Yeah, it's been a while for sure.
So, yeah, we're going heavy. Today, we're going to break down the New Day kit. As you can see, Yaya is wearing it. I am wearing it. We have it behind us on the mannequin. That's Duane's. That's why he's not wearing it. Although you would make a fantastic mannequin, Duane.
I would.
We are then going to jump into the beginning of our 2023 MLS season preview. And we're going to be this is just a cursory glance at the rest of the West. And we'll dig into the Rapid stuff next week. Look out for some pre-recorded YouTube stuff. We'll also be getting into some stuff live on our show next week to wrap it up and be ready for Sunday because we are, 10 days away from the start of the season?
10.
11?
I'm excited.
So close.
I mean, it's right there.
I can't do math.
I'm getting the jitters, man. I started watching all the MLS Apple content all over again. Watched the MLS, the 2010 MLS Cup like 3 times now.
You watched that game 3 times?
3 times, and I think I've watched the 2016 LA and Rapids game like twice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you. Yaya's all in. I'm still getting there. I think I'm just ready for the season to start more so than I'm hyped for it. I just want that routine back. I'm hyped. Okay, the kit. The kit is here. I would say a mixed reaction on Twitter. I would say mostly favorable. I think we all love it. They even sent one to the homie Tommy Scoops, who liked it. I called him a certified Colorado guy.
And then you got
our guy Joseph says you're not allowed to be a certified Colorado guy if you don't predict the playoffs. But I would say plenty of certified Colorado guys have not picked the Rapids to make the playoffs over the course of the Rapids history. Is that a fair?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is that fair? Right? I mean,
the MLS.
No lies detected.
All predictions are dumb. None of them matter, but unless they're ours.
I mean, about a week ago, I was not going to predict the playoffs. So, am I not a certified Colorado
Stay till
guy?
the end. We do have our predictions for the West.
That's true. At the very end, we will drop.
And according to Yaya, they're already dumb.
Yeah,
so
they're.
You guys said ours. I put that caveat out there, and we're the only right people in the internet.
Mine's dumb.
The internet is a bastion of incorrectness, except for here. Right here.
Well, we have the right opinions about everything.
This show is on the internet, so you know it's true.
All right. Well, let's get into who better to break down a new kit, than a man who designs them? We have Duane. I mean, this is expert level analysis coming in here.
Let's talk about the new kit.
Boom.
Let's do it.
Look at that.
The New Day kit review is here from the DNVR Rapids. We're going to talk it up, kind of review it. But first, let's get into the behind the scenes of what makes the kit the kit. And that starts with this kit being the MLS history breaker in that this is the first MLS kit that is designed by an artist versus a Adidas or MLS designer. So as most of you know by now, if you've been following along with the Rapids, the artist is local artist Pat Milbury. And
Look at that
if you've seen that mural there on the graphic, for those of you listening in your car or wherever, it's the one down by Park Ave that has the geometric heart with Denver on it in the big block text, and that says "Love this city." Popular tourist photo to take, popular engagement photo to take. So yeah, a lot of people very familiar with Pat's work. It's been all around town. You have probably seen it there at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. On the north side, there's the mural that went up a couple years ago. That's the Pride mural there at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. So most of us have seen Pat's work around town in some form or other. But in most forms, you will see some very characteristic styles with Millbury, and a lot of that is that very geometric look and very, very bright colors. I've never met him, but everything I've read, and certainly in his artwork around town, he's a very positive vibes kind of guy, and a lot of his work has super positive messages to it, and those without words and messages, usually super bright, positive colors. So the same is true with the kit itself. So as we kind of talk about that, let's move into the message supporting the art itself. And that's this platform that the Rapids are using the new kit for, which is this new partnership with Mental Health Colorado. Why is that important? We don't do so good here in Colorado, everybody. For those of you that don't know, 1 in 5 Coloradans are living with some form of mental illness, and we rank last in access to mental health care, which is not a great ranking among the nation.
That is not good ranking. Confirmed.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's the worst in my rankings.
So that's a ranking that is not dumb. That is a true ranking. And another thing, and certainly, obviously, there's a lot of fans, age-wise, that cover the soccer, fan base. But the young folks, the 15 to 24-year-olds, mental illness and suicide is the leading cause of death for 15 to 24-year-olds in the state of Colorado. So why do I tell you all of these sad facts? It's because I think that we're very lucky that we have a club that is recognizing a need in our state, and they're not just making a shirt. They're not just putting out a jersey that looks cool. But they're putting out something that, one, connects with the local artist, but two, is going to support a mission right here in Colorado, which I think is awesome. It's very, very cool to do that. I think it makes this club really special, and I think it makes this kit really special. I think it's awesome. In addition to that platform that they're using and partnering with Mental Health Colorado, Colorado Rapids are also donating $25,000 to various nonprofits within the state that serve mental illness needs. All of it is in the mission to reduce the stigma of seeking help for things that you deal with. So that's the artist. That's the message behind it. Really, really cool things. If you want to learn more about any of Pat Millbury, or more about the stats of mental health in Colorado, or if you know someone, either yourself or know someone who needs some help, there's a great link here at coloradorapids.com/new day. All your information about the new kit is there. In addition, there's also some really helpful links to help out with mental health services. So I think that's what really pushes this kit over the top for me personally. And we'll talk a little bit about the design aspects are cool too. But man, having a kit that we know not only represents our squad and our club and our fans, but also the state of Colorado, not only visually, but something that really is giving back to the community, sets this thing so far above the average kit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and when, we've been talking to the Rapids for weeks, months about this
About
kit.
a month,
Yeah, like we've been
yeah.
talking to them a lot. You know, we've been bugging Emilio and Omar and trying to just pry them for details.
Corey gave me like a little side eye.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I really want to see it.
Yeah, and you know, when you hear this, you know, we're gonna have you guys all out. You know, we were all down at the Broken Cage down on the Platte there, and we were talking. You know, they brought a bunch of media members, and they wanted to give us the spiel and, you know, all these things that Duane's mentioning. And when they say, oh, we really want to tell you about all these elements and all this stuff, and then, you know, to me, I'm like, oh, well, it's going to be a soccer kit, right? Like, how many elements can you really, like, this is just PR, just saying a bunch of stuff. There's all this stuff, but they actually delivered on that front to me. Sure. Between the mental health awareness and the donations and connecting with the artist and using a familiar look that they have already painted in the stadium, elements incorporated into the design, it's a home run.
Totally.
I also really enjoyed the way they kind of promoted the kit, that they let us see it first and kind of let us understand what it was. And it wasn't just like, oh, here's a kit, here's a video to follow. No, like they kind of made it really personal, I feel. And I think it helped promote the kit even more and really get the message across about mental health than if it was just released with the video and you're saying, oh, wow, it's a cool kit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think Joseph nailed it. This is not a 10 out of 10 design to me. It's not that this is the most perfect jersey design I've ever seen, but it is very good. It's very wearable. It's unique. And for a Rapids kit that isn't just green from a distance or anything like that, it is very, very good.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so we can get into the jersey.
Yeah, let's dig into the jersey.
Let's dig into the jersey. So here's the jersey. For those of you listening,
I will quick agree with Logan on the blue crest, the one color crest. I love it. It's how they had the green on the green last year.
Yep,
looks
absolutely.
great. Always a home run for me.
The Rapids are crest people, confirmed.
So
yes, confirmed.
So
certified.
Yeah, the jersey itself, I mean, the first thing you notice, obviously, is that it's blue. We hinted at that weeks ago when that was our guess. We didn't have any previous knowledge. It's just as a designer, I kept seeing little hints popping into designs, and they had to mean
Julio
something.
said it in the chat, too.
Yeah, Julio picked up on that as well. So I think the
Not
reason...
in this Jack Hale, sorry.
The folks
Old
that
chat.
don't like this one... The folks that don't like this one, I think, is because they wanted more yellow and reds and fuchsia out of that teaser. And I think that's fine. You know, I think
my kit.
I think you're I think that's fine, but I think you're comparing something that is to something that doesn't exist. So it's kind of an unfair comparison there. Sure. A lot of people, you know, I think Joseph said they feel like you had the rug pulled out from under you. I get that.
Which, according to Duane, happens quite a bit with the Rapids.
So, I mean, to me, it's marketing, man. Like,
yeah, and again, I'm not against it. It's
you
just
don't
like
have to. Just because you put a graphic out that has a sunrise on it doesn't mean that that's what the kit's going to look like, or even that you have to make the kit look like that. Yep. The thing of the kit is that they're promoting the new day. Like, so they're showing that sunset. If you look at the graphics, you'll actually see the graphics, the sun in different positions as we move through the process.
I didn't even see that, man. Like,
so you don't, because you don't
miss that.
The good thing about good design is that you don't notice good design. Yeah. You notice really bad design. Like, and that's the key to remember with design is good design is invisible. Bad design is everywhere. Yep. Okay. So when you see that's not my quote, by the way.
I just thought it was really funny.
From a very famous designer. Mitchell's head just blew.
This is an oars paddle situation for sure.
So anyway, those graphics with the real warm colors, I think, was used to market and push the idea of the new day, the sunrise, getting some of those colors in there, which are part of the jersey. But I get it, and I understand. Like, a lot of people were hoping more of those colors were going to be put into the kit, and I totally get that. I think that's totally fair to want that, and maybe we'll have that in the future. Who knows? But what we do have is what you're seeing on Mitch and Yaya, and on I put mine on display behind, is that you have that obvious Pat Milbury geometric look, in this kind of sky blue color. that is supposed to represent the new dawn, this next day, getting back to mental health, that, regardless of where you're at, tomorrow is a new day with infinite possibilities. And then you've got this really cool orange stripe that comes around the side and the back, and also the fuchsia on the collar and the cuffs, which represents some of that, that sunrise and sunset.
That might be my favorite part. The little pop of color it has here and there makes it look really nice.
Yeah, and we'll get to favorite parts at the end, but I am right in line with you.
No, that's not even my favorite part. Like, I haven't completed it, but it's just like
my
one of
favorite
the things.
part is like very funny because it's not like this cool thing that was in there, but I love it. So that's what we have overall is this blue geometric design. As Mitch already mentioned, we've got a 2-color badge again, like we had with the green one.
So dope.
For the 14ers. I like that it works. It
so
is
good.
really hard to change a logo from color to black and white and have it look good. And they did a nice job. So for listeners, we're showing it on the screen here. You can see that 2-color logo. It looks really nice. It also has like a really nice contrast to where it doesn't get lost. And that's the problem that you run with these kind of 1-2 color logos is that if you put it on that darker blue, it's going to get lost. You don't see it because they positioned it on the lighter part. Pops really well, which is great. The other cool little part is, right there behind the crest is where the geometric shapes kind of create like a sunburst coming out of the crest that's kind of spreading out into the world, which I think is really cool. So moving on to the collar, on the back collar is this kind of weird, little piece of Pat Milbury art that you get, it's a little off balance, which I think is cool with that blue piece kind of sticking out of it. But it's neat, with this, you get a little piece of Pat Milbury art.
Love that.
Which you can't get because it's just on walls and stuff around town.
I'll always carry Pat with me.
Yeah, so you get 2 pieces of art with your kit this year. And, on the website, according to the Rapids, that this sunset icon, and I'll quote them here, it's a reminder of a new day on the horizon and that possibilities for a better tomorrow are infinite. So it's definitely, again, pops right off, uses a lot of those colors, which I think is really neat to be able to get some of those colors in there. It's got a really cool street art vibe to it as well, which is pretty neat. And then at the bottom where the locker tag would normally be, the Rapids have been putting a little piece down on the locker tag for years now, usually a Colorado flag or something like that.
Or just the C.
Yeah, or just the C from the Colorado. And now this is a heart, which Pat Milbury does a lot of heart designs, but this one is exclusive to the Rapids. So you won't see
great.
this particular heart anywhere except for the Rapids.
It's great. That's my favorite.
So you can pull the graphic back now, Kale, if you like. If people, I don't know if people are like, I don't want to look at that anymore, really big. But you have this cool little heart, and again, now you get a secondary piece of art for it, and I think that's really great. And from the club, this little heart. One, it's exclusive to the Rapids, and it represents the love that unites us all, the love of soccer, our community, and our state. So as we talked about the fan experience and are the Rapids reaching out enough, now they're kind of putting a little bit of that into the kit and trying to make that statement right there on the kit that we're trying to do a better job of reaching out to the community and putting it together. So let's talk about the kit. What I've been talking the whole time about the elements. I haven't really talked about what I like and what I don't like, but let's talk about what we like or don't like. That's fine too.
Do you want me to go first?
Or we can get into the comments as well.
I can go. You go. You go.
From Mitch in the comments, Whopper, 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 Whopper.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Whopper kit.
Yeah, Whopper kit.
Classic,
Let's go.
dude. Classic.
My favorite thing is that this means the Rapids are winning another chip.
And why is that?
Last time they had a sky blue kit, 2010. What are they? 2010 MLS champs. You know what it is? 2023 with the sky blue away kit. Championship confirmed.
Wow.
It's only crazy if it doesn't work.
That's literally my whole thought process behind our rankings that you'll see later. The Rapids, the color itself, the sky blue, I'm a big fan of. And I really, really enjoy the way they incorporated other blues that they used throughout the history, like the Colorado, the Colorado flag blue. They also used like the Colorado flag red a little bit.
Yep.
The colors itself is, I think, what attracted me the most to this kit.
I mean, look, I like almost every single bit of this kit. I definitely wasn't expecting all blue. You know, I too was on the expecting more sunset, sunrise, whatever, just to be in the kit itself. So I don't know if I'm let down. I just think that was kind of I just had that locked in my head. I love the kit. The one thing I want is the star above the crest to be that dark blue in the crest, so it pops, because you kind of lose it in that color, because it's like the lightest blue on the kit, and the silver kind of fades in a little bit, just to show off the star, right? Like, I mean, that's an important star, right? So I would have liked to have seen that. Outside of that, I love the heart. The kit's super wearable, obviously. I mean, it looks good. It's going to look good on screen. I don't know. I'm excited. 9 out of 10 Rapids.
9 out of 10 Rapids?
9 out of 10 Rapids. That's a good review there.
I gave mine a 10 out of 10 Rapids. But then again, it's Gasolina. I'm like, you can't scale me to Rapids. Like.
So, yeah, I mean, those are all good takes. I did think it was going to be all blue. My prediction that I did not share, I thought was going to be almost super close to what it is. The thing that I thought would be different is I thought that the geometric shapes would be outlined with a dark blue or black, because you get a lot of that in street art. So I really thought that was what it was going to be, but I also thought it was just going to be one blue with that pattern in it. So we've got a lot of difference here, which I think is pretty cool. Agree with B-Ray and Mitch on the star. That would be cool to kind of highlight a little more, because it is important. Yeah, it's important.
Even if I had like a darker blue outline around the star, I think it'd look really cool. Because I like the color of the star. I think the silver legs look awesome.
Yeah.
I just want it to pop.
Yeah.
So my favorite part is somewhat insignificant, but it's not. And B-Ray also said this in the comments. The orange stripe on this is my favorite part of the whole thing. It runs down the side and along the back. So I'd originally put this back here so that I could point to things, but they ended up behind me. So anyway, there's this nice orange stripe that runs down the side and around the back. And just having that massive pop of color, you can see it there for those of you watching along down at the bottom there. First of all, it's a complementary color. So that's why it works really well visually to our eyes, is that orange and blue are good friends
Go Broncos.
in the color wheel. So that's why it visually makes sense. But just having it break up all of this blue with just this stark, bright sunset, sunrise gold is awesome. And I just really love that piece. And it's going to make that butt pop, according to Mitch.
Yeah, that's important.
The soccer players are going to look, the actual good-looking soccer players are going to make this look amazing. I can't wait to see Kevin Cabral, man. Like, good-looking dude just running through the left wing.
Facts.
Yeah, and to round out the kit, it's going to be blue shorts with darker blue stripes. And if the only reason I know that is because I was really digging into the images that they put out. And if you look at a really close up, there's a real close up where you can just see at the bottom of the photo the short start, but they also then put a full kit.
They dropped it a little bit later on that day.
Yeah. So you'll see more blue. So this is going to be a very, very blue kit that you'll see. You can move to that next one, Kale, if you like. So coming up,
let's wrap it with this.
Yeah, coming up is the season kickoff party. Okay, why do I bring that up? One, it's going to be super fun.
Yes,
I'm going to be there. I'll be there. So come hang out. If you already have a kit or you plan on buying one there at the season kickoff party, You can get it customized with whatever name and number that you want. The reason that I pull it up, and I don't know if it was Logan or B-Ray somewhere in the comments, mentioned, I wish that the numbers weren't the blue and they were closer to what was on that teaser image. Well, I have good information and a nice surprise for you. I was talking to someone over at the Rapids about customizing the kits there at the party. And in addition to the dark blue that the players will be wearing on the official shirts, my understanding is there will be some other options that incorporate that gold and those colors from the preview that everyone really likes. Yep. So you will have an opportunity to add some of those colors that you've been wanting back into this piece in your customization with name and numbers, which is really cool. So you have that option. If you already have the kit, you'll be able to add that on for free at the party. So if you already have it, make sure to bring it. If you plan on buying one there, then have it in your head who you want on the back of that one.
I'm going Maxu, I think.
Ooh, nice choice.
Yeah.
I might go Cabral and just burn myself at that point. I really like Cabral.
Love it.
Ronan might be the way to go.
That's a good one, too.
too.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
Going Price, man.
Let's
Gotta
go.
go with my guy.
Oh, Captain,
I was
I
thinking
love him.
Price, but I'm like,
I love Price.
Bassett, local kid.
I know.
Was the model.
There's so many good choices this year. Like
Rubio.
I can't wait.
Okay, I might have to go. Okay, I don't know.
We'll talk
figure
about
this
it
out.
more in
Yeah.
a bit, but we've been
Drop in
putting
the chat
together.
who we should get.
Yeah.
All right. Well, obviously, it helps having a legend like Duane who has designed kits and all that stuff in the past for sports teams, and just being a great art director in general. Shout out to Duane. Thank you.
I hope that was interesting information for you.
I literally dropped 3 whoas. So it's got to be pretty tight.
3 out of 3 woes.
3 out of 3 whoas. Yeah. Confirmed mind blown. All right. Let's talk about the homies at Shady Rays real quick. Kick off the new year with new gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered from the sun to the slopes with premium polarized shades, customizable snow goggles, and much more. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures. And that's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by the lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair. No questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after your purchase. If you don't love them, exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. No risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team has your back. Exclusively for our listeners. That's you guys in the chat. That's you listening in your car that can't see any of this cool stuff. Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the new year. Go to shadyrays.com and use code DNVR or visit them in store at Park Meadows Mall for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses.
Boom.
Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars, 5 Rapids by over 200,000 people. Bang.
That's a lot of people.
And then when you're done getting your Shady Rays,
Yeah.
enter the Breck sweepstakes, man. You get we're teaming up with Breck so they can help us take you to a Nuggets game courtside.
Courtside fit?
Courtside fit.
Courtside
You can
fit.
wear your new
Courtside
Rapids
fit.
kit as a courtside fit with your Shady Rays.
Yeah,
And maybe
courtside
a
fit.
DNVR cap. Maybe I might just enter, but I can't, unfortunately.
That is a courtside fit.
It is a courtside fit. I am ready for courtside.
You know who was courtside last night?
Who?
Drew Moore.
Drew Moore. Shout out. Friend of the pod,
was.
Drew.
Yeah, shout out.
But either way, we're teaming up with Breck so we can get you there. You can see a Nuggets game. It's going to be against the New Orleans Pelicans. You get to see Brandon Ingram.
Maybe Zion.
He's always injured.
He's
Don't count
trending
on
back.
Zion, but count on Brandon Ingram.
That's true. Ingram's
So-
dope.
The easiest way to sign up is just go to the DNVR.com/Breck Sweeps. The links are down in the description below. And if Nuggets aren't your thing, you can also do a glass tickets for the Avs game. Is that something you guys are interested in?
That is something
Dude,
I would
any
be
of
interested
that
in,
stuff
correct,
would
yes. That'd be
something
tight
I'd
as
be
hell.
interested in.
It's literally 2 rows behind the bench, the Avs bench.
Yeah.
So you can hear Bednar
Ooh,
telling
it's
how
against
cute.
the Kings too, dude.
Yeah, you can hear Bednar telling Mac how cute he is.
Mac is really cute.
Mac is the cutest. So sign up and for a chance to win. It's going to be a lot of fun. And who knows? You might be the lucky man or woman to be at that.
Wow.
At that event.
Those prizes are crazy good.
They
crazy
are.
good.
Breck, we love you. You're always hooking us up with the best stuff.
Lexus Lounge and all
Oh,
of that
they
stuff.
do give you the Lexus Lounge
Yeah.
as well. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Adam Mars has been covering this team for about a decade, and he can't
his-
go into Lexus Lounge.
And it's,
He's never
But you
been in there.
can. You can be better than Adam. Boom. All right, guys. We have, by my count, 36 minutes even to get through the 6 Western teams that were not in the playoffs last year. We are going to talk about the good and the bad. We're not going deep dive on these teams. So if you have a good or bad that you want to chime in with, toss it in the chat. We'll try and grab them as we go. These are headline. You're right. We're going to go, 5 minutes or less. Probably some of these won't have 5 minutes. I don't have 5 minutes on St. Louis, that's for sure. But we'll go through those, and then we'll hit the ad read, and then we'll do 6 more. We'll do the teams that did make the playoffs.
Yep.
How's that sound?
sounds so good. Welcome to the 2023 DNVR Rapids season preview.
Wow, I'm hyped, man. This is what's really gotten me going. The kit was nice and being back around the stadium and stuff, but this really is this means it's real.
I've fallen asleep to Rapids games for the last
my
3
God,
nights,
you're
man.
so sick,
I want it so bad.
I've watched. No, go for it. Go
Oh
for it.
God,
I can't. I'm just too excited. Literally.
I've watched all of the goals from last season.
You did?
Twice.
Let's go.
Dude, no, I've watched the Origin
On Season Pass.
The
Oh my
Origin
God.
5 times because
Sickos.
Drew Moore gives me chills. I'm just
Sickos.
trembling in bed.
Yeah, if you're not tuning into Season Pass yet and you have access to it,
Hit it up.
boy, there's some really fun stuff to keep getting you ready for the season.
Yeah.
Real quick, Kevin, I can't say what it is, but it's not Smashburger. Okay.
No, you're wrong.
All right, let's get into it. First team, St. Louis FSC. I always forget which ones are Fs.
Yeah.
And which ones are S's. The good. You want to take this one, Yaya?
Yeah, man, Klaus is dope. It's literally as simple as that. Dude is a DP. He's young, Brazilian, which we all
Brazil.
really enjoy. But besides that, there's so many unknowns. Their goalie is also
God.
Berkey, I think it's his name. Is also touted to be one of the best players that they have. But until you actually see them play, there's nothing you can really say about them. They're a really simple club to just kind of dissect if you're not covering them full time. It's just it's an expansion team. What else
Yeah.
can you say?
Yeah, I mean, Cincy, even LAFC, expansion clubs aren't all
Charlotte.
obviously now they're great, but yeah, Charlotte, these clubs don't come in hot.
Yeah.
And I
Austin
don't
FC.
expect St. Louis to come in hot.
Yeah.
It's
Austin,
hard.
I mean, even Austin had a bad year their first year. They were fun. Don't get me wrong. St. Louis might be fun and they might surprise us all, but there's not until we actually see them play a game. We just don't know what they have and don't have.
It's hard to imagine an expansion team going up against some of the Western Conference teams and earning that playoff spot.
I will say last year, Charlotte got their first road result in Colorado,
Just like Austin.
just like Austin did. So while I don't think St. Louis is good, you might want to hedge some bets and maybe expect them to grab some points here.
Emotional hedge.
And not because I think the Rapids aren't going to go well, but those unexpected drop points do come in. And unfortunately, it's been against some pretty terrible teams over the last couple of years. I don't have a lot on St. Louis. I think their stadium looks great. They hosted the draft. It looked really good.
Yeah, those are cool.
Their biggest issue is that they're in St. Louis.
They just, they're way out of the way.
Yikes.
Although that being said, they are one of the closer Western Conference teams somehow.
Midwest. And they're still right
it's
next
far,
to
but I don't know. Hopefully they're fun. Hopefully some good stories pop up out of there, but it will most likely be a world of suck.
Yeah, for the most part.
As it is for expansion teams. So
Yeah.
that's no shade. That's just how it usually goes.
I agree with Logan in the comments there. He says he'll never forgive the city of St. Louis for taking Nolan Arenado. I hope they lose every game. Yeah, eat it, St. Louis.
Don't
Eat
be
it.
mad at St. Louis.
Yeah, I mean we
Be mad at Dick
pretty
Monfort.
much paid St. Louis to take the best.
Be
player
mad at the
ever.
Rockies.
All right, we don't have to dig up.
There's
these
a
old
Rocky
ones.
spot
Yeah.
now.
This is the rock spot.
Any other thoughts on St. Louis?
No, good luck to you.
Hey,
St.
design
Louis
wise, quick.
City.
Give me 60 seconds or less on what you think of their design as a new club.
Well, their new kit drops tomorrow. Their away kit, so we don't know what it's going to be yet. Rumors are it's going to be St. Louis Arch focused. Shocker. I hope that after these first two jerseys, they move away from the St. Louis Arch, because there's got to be something else in Missouri worth looking at.
No.
Wow. But hey, so far so good. I have two friends who are big city fans already because they're from there and they live here now. I make fun of the team name. That's the worst part of it for me. St. Louis City. Yes, it is a city. Congratulations. I don't know why that just bugs me so much. But the design of the crest, I think, is fine. It pulls the arch into it, and it works. So,
all right, there you go.
Dope.
That's our St. Louis. Oh, can you pull up St. Louis one more time before we go to the next one, Kale? Playoffs.
No.
Nope. Okay, moving on. San Jose.
Man, this is one that I'm probably higher on them than most people. I'm going to be honest with you. I just believe in a lot of their talent. I think Lucha Gonzalez is going to do a great job. I think he's really improved since taking over Houston, kind of having a shit show there. Their biggest issue is that they have really high-end talent and then nothing else besides that. And I think Lucha can improve a lot of the depth and improve a lot of the positions that are of need. They just signed a center back. I forget the name. You know the name of the midfielder they just got, the six that you said that they were really high on as well. It's another Brazilian guy. It's a really weird name, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I'll be surprised if they do. I won't be surprised if they do.
Yeah.
But again, I just believe in Lucci so much. I think Lucci has come a long way as a coach.
The Ecuadorian?
There you go.
Yeah.
I knew it started with a G and I couldn't remember the name.
I had to change the graphic for Yaya. That's how much.
Yeah, dude, I believe in Lucci.
He believes in Lucci, so I had to change the graphic to get him in there.
They're going to score goals. I mean, Iba Bise is that guy.
Yeah, and they still have Kid Howell on the left.
I like. They're one of those teams where it's like a bad team, right? And like you should expect points against bad teams, but this is a hard points against a bad team because they can quickly put up 2 or 3 goals.
Exactly.
Sure.
Their defense is bad enough that you should also put up 2 or 3 goals minimum.
Yep.
But it's just one of those scary, like, oh no, all of a sudden it's they're up 2-0 and you're like, this team is way worse than us. Why are we down like this?
Yeah.
But they're not very good. And
new coaches make a big difference, And sometimes people believe that coaches don't matter. But I will give you Robin Fraser and I will give you Anthony Hudson. And that's my closing argument. Coaching matters.
Coaching absolutely
I'm
does
super high on Lucci, by the way. Like I might be too high on Lucci, but I like him. He might be Gucci Lucci.
That's dope. I think this is San Jose is a future play, right? Like 2 or 3 years down the line, they could really. But look, variance happens in this league. They were the bottom of the West.
Yep.
Very quickly, they could be knocking on the playoff door. I just don't see it this year.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. Again, neither do I. I won't be surprised if they make it though.
Yeah. So go ahead one more time. We'll hit that graphic. Playoffs.
It's gonna be a no.
Nope. Big nope. But we do love Gucci Lucci. So
Gucci
Lucci. Moving on to Houston. The Houston Dynamo. They finished second to last. They were 13th. Just 36 points, a minus 13 goal differential. 10 wins, 6 draws, 18 losses. That's a lot of losses. Yeah. 2 of those 6 draws were the most painful games of last Rapid season.
That photo is from that painful loss. So
what the hell?
The thing with Houston is they've had not a total, but a massive roster overhaul.
That's true.
So in the same way that the Rapids have been doing a lot of work in the offseason, so has Houston. They also benefit from a new coach in Ben Olsen. So, we could see something very different from Houston this year. The big challenge for Houston is, can all of these new players gel in time before it's too late to help Ferrer out? Because he, scored a lot of goals. I think he scored, 13 or 16 last year, something like that. So he definitely can score the goals, but now he's got a little bit of help. But can the help work together, and can the new coach get the team working together?
I'll be honest with you. One of the main reasons I don't believe in Houston is because they have Hector Herrera. I think he's a little washed.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
You've turned.
It's the guy from...
Dude, he was my guy for a long time, and I think I saw him play last year, and it looked like he just didn't have it. And they got rid of Vieira, which I really, really liked, and I wanted him on the Rapids.
Yeah.
That's the main reason I just don't believe in them. I think the roster overhaul is too much. I think they spent too much money on Herrera, if I'm honest with you.
I agree.
And I don't know if they just signed a new defender too, and what's his name? Muye Murana. And apparently he's supposed to be good. He's a homegrown signing. They really believe in him. But even then, I just don't know if that's who they need. Oh, no, they signed, they signed Mikael Dos Santos.
Yeah, and I just, they're one of those clubs where it's like, I think the revert back to, the rebound teams are very obvious in the West, with Portland missing, with Seattle missing, with Colorado missing. So it's tough for me to say that Houston is going to go from right there at the bottom all the way to the playoffs. I think they'll be...
It's a big jump.
I think they'll be a little better, but I don't see them turning it around that much, right? Like, Colorado missed the playoffs from those 2 games, right?
Yeah.
Those 2 Houston games, they were that close to the playoffs, whereas Houston has a long way to go. I think they've taken a lot of the correct steps, right? They definitely probably the most different year to year of almost any club in the league, or close to it.
I don't know, man. We'll see at the end of the rankings.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in them. I think
it's fair.
I think they're on the cusp, but they're still on the outside looking in.
I think they're way on the outside.
Yeah.
I think they're one of those squads that overspent on the star players, and I'm looking specifically at Herrera with no real plan to get them there. You know what I
do
mean?
like
Fair.
Hector Herrera, though.
A lot of pressure
I like
on the new
too.
coach.
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of pressure.
A lot of pressure. All right, let's move on. Next, Sporting Kansas City, the worst team on the planet.
No, Real Salt Lake Kansas.
Oh, that's true. You're right. The second worst team on the planet. The good, they are healthy again. They were missing 2 DPs all of last year, and it showed on the field. They were, they finished with 40 points, 11-7 and 16 losses, a -12 goal differential. It was bad. They were not good. They were not fun to watch.
The Rapids lost to them.
Oh God, don't remind me. That
We
was the
lost to a
Lucas
lot
red
of
card game. That was when Lucas. That was when the tea kettle finally was steaming, right?
Yep, pretty much. And also, it was the game that Lawless and Danny had the worst. I think their worst outing. They had the most mistakes. So
Joseph asks, "Is Peter Vermes has the hot seat in going into this year?"
you mean Rapids legend Peter Vermes? I'm gonna say no.
I think it's pretty toasty.
They've had this core together for so long, right?
Kansas City is a really they're a soccer town.
Yeah.
They don't when you go there, they don't mess around. So if you have another season like that, you're not going to be able to blame it on injuries. It could get a little toasty.
Yeah.
But I think you could also look and say, hey, the roster's aging. We were injured last year. You got to give me at least 1 more year. I think if they do bad this year, then he'll be on the hot seat.
So you got 1 more year after this one if it doesn't go well?
Yeah,
No,
I think so.
I think he's gone.
I think also the
gone. He's
biggest
dead to
negative is shout out. We love Courtney Ford. He ex-Rapid.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he tore his Achilles.
He's out again.
He's going to be out for the whole season, it looks like.
Bummer,
and
dude.
now they only have Fontas and Voladair as their center
depth,
backs, and that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And they have an aging Suzy. What are they
Grandpa, dude.
Grandpa Suzy? What do you have there?
Nothing.
That defense is going to be the death of them if they don't get some reinforcement quickly. If they don't get some depth. They have Alan Pulido back finally, but Alan Pulido hasn't played in 2 years. Can he play center back? We'll find out. Agada also had a great 10-game stretch, last year, but is that sustainable? No. That's the other thing that you got to look at with them.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of negatives, but I think they'll figure it out because it is SKC.
All right, let's pull up the graphic one more time. Playoffs, yes or no? Nope. Suck it.
That's
All
why.
right,
That's
moving
why
on.
Logan wanted to know why I put him in the graphic, so that we could say no
we could tell
with
him
him on
no.
the graphic for you.
All right, Seattle. They were all in on CONCACAF Champions League last year. Would you say that was worth it?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah?
I'd give up my left leg for a Rapids CONCACAF Champions League.
Left leg.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
I wouldn't give up any body parts, but it'd be nice to see.
Yeah.
That's all I have to gamble with.
That's
The good, though, they can score, and they have a bunch of people that can do it. They are basically the opposite of SKC last year, where they can afford some injuries and still have a very, very potent attack. Defensively,
nothing.
Yikes.
They got
guy.
three
Big yikes.
Know who can play every game. You got Ro right behind him, and that's it. You got Reagan and Yamar. I can't really say his name. But again, how you said, their attack is dope. They have Rusnik can play the 10 right underneath Ladero. They got Leiva, they got Atencio, they got Jao Paulo, and they got Vargas. Then you look to the left, you got Morris and Chu, and then you got Christian Roldan. You just have a lot of depth and a lot of moving parts that you can use in that attack, which I think is going to be a benefit for them, especially because they don't have the weight of trying to do Champions League and trying to win the cup.
Right.
So they already did it. I think they'll be fine. I still think they'll be tough.
They only have 9 defenders on roster.
Yep.
And I think maybe 3 starting level defenders on their roster.
Yeah,
it's gonna be rough, man. But again, they can score. I mean, look, you go Rui Diaz, Roldan Morris, that's as good an attack as you can find.
Honestly, if you get them on a Wednesday, Saturday, and then maybe a U.S. Open Cup, you have a shot. Any team in the league has a shot against them because they'll be tired legs, not great defense. So, Duane?
Seattle is one of those teams I can't stand. So I am so ready for Rubio and Bassett and Cabral to just let loose and open fire on that defense. So we'll see. Yeah.
But I agree with Duane that they are the worst. Okay. Do we think playoffs? Maybe. Yep. Playoffs. They're coming back. They don't have to worry about all those extra games, although there will be a lot of extra games, but the same amount for everyone.
We'll rapid fire these last few.
All right. Rapid fire. Get ready, folks.
Vancouver. The good Sergio Cordova might be coming.
Last time I checked, he's not confirmed. Left RSL.
You like that jersey?
Oh, nice. That's a visual gag for you listeners.
For those of you watching.
I barely noticed.
That's really good. Yeah, this is a team I'm so low on.
I think they have a lot of depth, which I really like. Last year they were missing Cavallini to score, and then Sergio Cordova comes in and does the job that Cavallini couldn't. Sergio Cordova was dope last year for RSL, and now they're losing him, which is a plus for us. I think they'll be great. Negative, if he doesn't sign, you still need a number 9. And where are you going to find that at this stage in transfer market?
There's just not a lot. There's really not. I like Shop. I don't know. Their defense is probably better than I want to give it credit for. It's a tough place to go play. I love BC Place. I just don't see them having enough to really. There's just. I think the West is really deep, and while I think they're better than some of these teams we've talked about, I just don't think they're quite there.
Yep. Again, I agree. No argument for me.
Playoffs?
It's gonna be a nope.
Nope. Eat it, Canada. Okay. Next up, we are moving on to the Portland Timbers. Timber, the good. Evander is good. And can he be that guy at the next level? Oof. The bad. How much does Diego Chara have left? My guess is not a lot.
I mean, he's 36. He's the heart of that team, not just the midfield of the team.
No, he's dope.
Sebastian Blanco's already pushed out of the rotation because of Vander. Like,
Yeah.
what can you really ask for them at this point? And I think they're really good still because they still have a lot of that core that brought them to the MLS Cup final 2 years ago. And I like them, but if Diego Chara falls off a bridge just because of age, he's kind of done, you know?
Yeah. I like Evander. I do. I don't know if it's enough. You know, like, I think they're getting old, and I don't think they did maybe I do think they did it. I don't know. This seems tough for me.
I think Evander's going to be.
I think he's going to be
He's
good.
going to be must see soccer.
I mean, Lord knows they spent, what, $10 million on him?
And it's also really cool that you go from Sebastian Blanco, one of the top 10s in the league, straight
Evander.
to Evander. And you're just like, shit. Like, how are they ever going to fall off?
Also, those new kids are dope.
They are really nice.
They are
dope.
great.
Do we think they're making the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yep, we do. Okay, that is it for the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year. We got to talk to you very quickly about the homies at Illegal Pete's. We are all familiar with Illegal Pete's iconic house margarita. Some say it's the strongest margarita in Denver, and by some, it means us and everyone that was drinking them at lunch last week. Have you elevated your taste to the next level yet? Mix things up and try out a coin style or premium margarita at Illegal Pete's. Fresh squeezed lime juice, higher quality tequila, and sweet agave. Try out our classy spin on an all-time classic. If you're at the bar, one of my old bartenders when I was managing the one here on Colfax had a shot that was tequila, watermelon schnapps, a dash of Tabasco, and had our Bloody Mary spiced rim. And it is one of my favorite shots in town. It's really, really good. I forget what they call it, the watermelon something. I don't know, but it's really good. They'll know what I'm talking about because it's on the menu now, and it's really good. So go for that. That's my tip of the week.
Mitch's Pete's tip of the week.
Let's go. We just need a drop so you don't have to sing it every time.
I'll go and cut it and put it in there.
It'll be like the air horns. But yeah, shout out to the homies there.
And then when you're done there, go to our homies at Green Mountain Dental Group.
Yep.
The most rewarding thing about DNVR is seeing the connections made through our listeners in this community. Green Mountain Dental is an OG partner of ours and a major Colorado sports fans. They've been a supporter of DNVR since the very beginning. I think the BSN days, if I'm correct. Super producer Kale that is actually part of BSN.
I was the last BSN employee.
Wow.
We got a real OG here with
Kale's
us
Super
today.
producer Kale, shout out.
They've been a supporter of DNVR since the very beginning. We've had a countless fan and our own staff convert to Green Mountain Dental and never look back. Located just 15 minutes from downtown Denver in Lakewood, Colorado, CSU alum Dr. Ben and his team have you covered from general dentistry like regular cleanings, orthodontics such as removing those pesky wisdom teeth, and everything in between. To make an appointment or find more information, check out their website, greenmountaindental.com today.
Cool. Shout out to them. We
Brush
love them. All right, let's jump into it. Fake Salt Lake. Ugh. All right,
That's it. That's
I
the
just wanna say
review.
real quick.
That's
that
it.
Me and Mitch split these up, and when I saw his Salt Lake one, I just could not stop laughing.
Kralak is back. Kralak has a 34-year-old back that is injured, very injured. He had 16 and 8 2 years ago, missed all of last year with that back injury. 34-year-olds coming off a back injury, expecting them to score goals is a bad bet, and they are betting on it. I do not like this roster. I do not like this team. I wish only terrible things for that club, and I hope they never make the playoffs again.
Strong words from Mitch
From
Carroll.
your mouth to the God's ears.
Let's go, baby.
They do have Rubin, which is dope. Sorvino's dope.
Savino is tight.
So they do have some
Not anymore.
pieces, but the biggest thing is Paulo Mastroeni seems to fall off a cliff every now and then, and I think it's about time after having a decent year last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about time that his team takes a regression.
I think as we experienced here in Colorado, when Pablo ball happens, everybody adjusts and they know what they're going to get.
Yep.
And I think that's going to kind of get to him this year.
Playoffs?
It's going to be
Big fat no, because we hate
No.
All right, moving on. Next up is those Looney Tunes, Minnesota. The good. They still have St. Clair. He didn't go anywhere. He's in between the pipes.
Good.
Even though the Rapids burned him last
That's fair.
year.
He couldn't. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
And
He had
then
like the opposite of stick 'em on
Everybody
his
has
gloves.
a bad day.
And then immediately that next 3 days later went to MLS All-Stars MVP.
Yeah, not bad.
Like, what the hell?
The bad. What? This is really my whole thing with this team.
Yeah.
What is going on with Reynoso? I mean, that is like, if you're a Loons fan, man, you are
Panicking.
nervous.
Yeah.
Nervous.
It was funny because when Duane was making these graphics, he had Reynoso on there, and like I knew why he had Reynoso. Like it made sense.
Yeah.
Like he was the big story. But I said
I
don't
got a
want to.
stern talking to from
I'm
Yahya.
like, I don't want a POS on my graphic, like on this graphic show. Like I don't want him anywhere near us, especially if everything that he's done is true. I'm not gonna get into it. Go look it up. So
He's not coming back anytime soon into the
No.
country. I think when teams deal with
Can you pull up Kevin's comment at the bottom there?
Reynoso is going to be in jail also. Look, this is one of those things where it just kind of hangs over a club. I think they need big changes there organizationally. I don't necessarily think they're a terrible roster. I do think that it just, when stuff like this happens and your roster is kind of in flux and it's like, you're really banking on him coming back, because if he doesn't, what are you doing?
yeah.
And it's not going to be a fun year for them.
Yeah, and also Matt Doyle from Extra Time was talking about that right now. So it's not the easiest guy to work with.
Nope.
So it could be the opposite effect, that it's addition by subtraction, but also you can't subtract talent and add wins. It just doesn't work that
That's
way.
not how
So
it works. Do we think they're making the playoffs? Nope.
They're a
Sorry,
win and
Minnesota.
boom contender, in my opinion.
No, I think they're a big fall off out of last year's playoffs. Okay, next up, Los Angeles, the Galaxy. God, that guy's awesome. Puig is awesome.
Yeah,
He's so cool.
I'm a Barca guy, so I'm
Yeah,
all
I
in
know
on
you are.
Puig.
We're gonna be fighting until next Thursday.
I'm all good.
Look, he's going to be here the whole time. He had a full offseason. He's going to have a full training camp. He was already awesome last year. I think he's going to be even more awesome for them this year. The bad, he is the only offensive force on that team. They have nothing outside. They have zero outside help on offense at all.
Yeah, it's Chicharito, Jovic, and then who else?
What are you going to, how are they going to score?
They're not. Ricky Puig is just gonna score 2 or 3 bangers this whole year, and it's gonna be like, yeah, Galaxy are dope. We'll play them on the playoffs.
That being said, we're making it sound,
They're not a bad squad at all.
they're not bad. I think their ceiling is a lot lower.
And they lost Julian Araujo after all.
Yeah.
He actually
Araujo's
left,
in
and
going
now,
to
like,
Barca, yeah.
So now he actually left, so now you're like, oh,
He's going to get
shit,
cooked
like,
by Rashford next week.
I do like Mavinga, though.
Yeah,
So,
look, there's some guys on that roster. It obviously begins and ends with Ricky. Is Chicharito going to try more stupid penalties next year?
oh, yeah.
Please and thank you. It makes for great fodder. Okay. Do we think they're making the playoffs?
All that said, yep.
Yes, we do think they're making the playoffs. I just don't think they have a very high ceiling. Okay, next team. Dallas. The good.
Ugh.
Jesus Ferreira exists. The bad. Their defense does not. Their offense is going to be so fun to watch next year. And for the next several years until Ferreira gets sold somewhere, right? Like,
Hopefully this summer.
hopefully. That'd be tight. Yeah.
And then not just for, like, the
Can I
Rapids
interest
for
you in
him.
a Jesus Ferreira? Yeah. Their offense will carry them this year because their defense certainly won't.
Yeah, I think I would have liked them to go get a true striker, have Ferreira play the number 9, kind of like the Rubio, play a false
role.
9,
Yeah.
kind of like what Rubio should have been. But you're right. Like, if the Rapids can basically, last year's Rapids can pepper you with shots in the last game of the season, you kind of need to work on your defense.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. They got a lot of ways to go defensively. Again, though, this team is better than a lot of the bad teams in the West. Do we think they're making the playoffs?
And the answer is yep.
Yep, we do. We think they're in the playoffs. Moving on, next team, and that is Verde, Austin FC. The good, their potent offense may have gotten potenter.
Oh, dude.
The bad is we said regression coming, and that's because they outperformed basically every expected number statistically that they had. So,
Yeah.
and you know, Seattle did that for 5-6 years, right? Like,
At what point do you, it's just who you guys are? Like,
right? Maybe that's just who they are. Maybe Drusy and Giassi's gonna be cleaning up a lot of long shots.
He is.
Yeah, bums me out.
also, I think the other thing we got to look at is what if Florida's just kind of has a regression too because of age?
He could. I think he has more support than he did with the. I mean,
you're gonna play probably with a top 2 number 10 in the league.
yeah.
I think
Like-
as a cleanup guy, the age isn't going to affect
He's gonna score so many cleanup goals.
Yo,
man.
talk
Yeah.
Chicharito. What happened to him?
That's true. No, you're right. I think, physically, profile-wise, you expect him to be able to hang in and do his job a little
Yeah.
better than Chicharito long term. This is a playoff team. We don't even really have to go much more than this.
Rigoni,
They're gonna score a
Fagundes,
ton of
Pereira,
goals.
Drews, Lee, Sardis, Utiri, Finley, Reddit.
Yeah.
You can
Easy
keep just
playoffs.
going, yeah.
Easy playoffs. All right. Last but not least, the reigning champions, the shield holders, LAFC. Even losing Chicho, they are stacked. They were active in the market. Their defense got better. Their offense, I can't say got better at all. I don't think it's going to be bad, but losing Chicho definitely is going to hurt that. They are going to be playing so many games. I just can't see it, especially losing Chicho. I cannot see them holding up. It's going to be, I don't think it'll be as bad as Seattle last year because I think they're still a playoff club. it's going to, you just can't see it being best team in the league, most points. First, they should have lost. They had the most epic goal of all time to win. Chicho's a big loss, though. Chicho's a big
huge.
loss.
They don't got a number 9 right now. Who are you going to put there? Vela? Like, you need Vela on the right wing. Maybe
Let
you
Vela
put...
bang in some goals until you find someone in the summer, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And then, but also the other thing is they have no midfield depth. They got Cifuentes, La Costa, Ili, and then that's it. They have one other midfielder. They have Cristo Nomo.
They're going to buy some guys in the summer for sure.
They need to. They're going to really rely on that academy to come up big for them because they don't have a lot of MLS depth right now. And I think that's going to be their biggest issue, especially with Champions, Leagues Cup, U.S. Open Cup.
I bet you they
and
punt
MLS.
on the Open Cup for sure.
Yeah, but even they still got to play the game.
Sure.
That's the thing.
That's one game. I don't see them, and maybe they
Yeah.
play a couple, but they're not going to be putting out a lot. They're not going to care about Open Cup.
Still, that's my biggest thing. Their depth
Yeah.
is going to be a big issue.
Yeah. Duane?
They're really good.
They are. They're still really
really
good.
Top end talent is all over that roster.
Yeah, they have. I mean, I'm excited about Long too. Honestly, I'm really excited. About Long.
Cellini and Long in the back.
That's fun, man. That's a fun defense.
And the thing is, Cellini is not even their starting center back.
No,
It's
but he'll
Murillo,
get a lot of
yeah.
minutes next to him. It's going to be good for long term for the men's national team,
sure.
obviously. Yeah, it's yeah, damn, they're going to be good.
They're good.
Stupid LAFC playoffs, yes, stupid. Guys, thanks for riding with us. Next
We got
week,
one more graphic.
We got
Oh!
predictions.
the big one.
not believe I forgot the most important graphic.
We'll just hit the big things that jump out for everyone.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and pull up that last graphic, Kale. This is our 2023 Western Conference preview predictions for the West. Chisel these in stone.
Especially mine.
Well, don't, because I'm already out on LAFC as the first seed. But I have. Let's just look at Colorado. Yahya has them second. Duane has them third. I am predicting a home playoff match for our guys. All of us are.
Love it.
Yeah.
No one else in the entire league is predicting them.
2
I think it
weeks
was
ago-
Zach or somebody on Twitter today had them ranked above 10th, finishing above 10th.
We don't talk about that guy because that guy's a complete asshole. I know what you're talking about.
Well, it's fine.
His first name starts with a W and ends with an F. But every year he does this, like where he trolls the Rapids purposefully, and everybody bites into it. Like,
bring it, love it.
Yeah, that guy.
Bring it in. I want to just bask in all of that sleeping on the Rapids.
I really hope mine comes
it.
true because Salt Lake and Kansas City won't be in the playoffs.
Are there? Do you have any? do you have either of you have any crazy positionings out of here before we wrap? I have one.
What is it?
Galaxy's way down on mine.
Whoa!
So
yeah, you have them way out of the playoffs.
I don't think Galaxy's going to the playoffs.
Interesting.
And I don't have any statistical reasoning for that.
Sure.
It's just sometimes you get a feeling, and I think Galaxy is going down to the point maybe even below Houston. So that's my crazy take on my prediction. That's my bold take.
I think Colorado hosting a playoff game is a crazy take, and we all have it.
Mine, I don't even think mine's that crazy for that number 2. Honestly, I think
That's wild.
my craziest one is Houston's going to be the worst team in the West, worse than St. Louis.
There you go. Wow, that's a big one. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just going to do all the plugs because we got to get out of here. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Please hit that like if you're still here. Please, please, please. It goes a long way for the algorithm, and we could use the exposure. Let's see. Get your diehard subscription to the DNVR. That gets you a discount at the bar, gets you a discount on merch, gets you some free merch, gets you behind the paywall, gets you into the Discord channels.
You get a free shirt too every year.
Yeah, I will send you a shirt every year
So.
with a diehard card and a box and all that cool stuff. Come hang out with us for the season opener. The 3 of us will be here. We'll be hanging out downstairs in the den. We'll be taking that section with sound for the game. And then, we'll have post game after that. I'm super excited. We're right there. Next week, we'll be dropping our season preview videos on YouTube. We'll be live again on Thursday to wrap up the season preview. Am I missing anything?
I think we're good.
Soccer is here, everyone.
It's here.
It's a time to rejoice.
It's here. You know what it is. Drop them in the chat. It is up the pits.